Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Anime Season 6. This time, we've got number 23, and number 23 is Shizuka from the anime Shizuka. Um, Now, I'm going to be real, folks. I'm going to be real with you, folks. This anime did not age well. If anyone doesn't know, the basic plot, without spoiling too much, the basic plot is that the main character ends up transferring schools and ends up meeting a girl named Shizuka, um, who ends up living in the same apartment building as him, and is his next door neighbor. And she is pretty unfriendly. She's not. She's pretty unfriendly and pretty stoic. And he ends up seeing her um, in the. Uh, he ends up seeing her in the track team, and wanting to impress her. He basically falls in love with her at first sight. Wanting to impress her, he decides to join the track and field team as well. And he practices, gets really good at it. And he's trying to get her to fall for him. All the while, what exactly is she doing? She is stringing him along, making him believe that he has a chance with her by saying a few nice words to him every once in a while. Um, and he confesses to her pretty early on in the series, and she just does not give him an answer. Um, she just pretends like she didn't hear. She just kind of pretends like the confession never happened. But she continues to string him along and make him think that he might have hope, only for her to then suddenly get mad at him whenever he starts to think that they're getting closer. And it has not aged well. A girl constantly stringing a guy along, making him think he has hope when there is none. And eventually, yes, like, he's the main character and the teacher character is Shizuka. So they are the two main characters. Obviously, they're going to get together. They are obviously going to get together by the end. Um, and yeah, like, they do end up getting together, but it takes such a long time to get there. Um, the anime, I believe, has 26 episodes, if I remember correctly, and honestly, they could have cut it in half. They could have cut the anime in half. They could have cut it down to 13 episodes, because it's just a constant back and forth. It is a constant back and forth of watching him try hard to impress her. She gets impressed. They start to get closer. Then she pushes him away and say that she doesn't like him, and then the whole process starts over. And it just keeps going like that. Um, Eventually, a sequel series to this would eventually come out. Called Fuka, and it follows the daughter of the two main characters from Shizuka. It is a true actual sequel series, and it was the first time I ever saw something like this in anime. Because this was way before Boruto ever came around. Um, this was the first time I ever saw a legit sequel to an anime. Um, and Instead of being into sports, Fuka is into music. And she wants to make her own band. Um, and the main male character, but once again, the main male character ends up falling in love with her at first sight, and uh, she also thinks he's cute, but hasn't quite fallen in love with him yet. But she's more open about her feelings. Um, And she straight up admits to him that she's curious about him, that she wants to learn more about him, and that she thinks he's cute and all that. She's more open about how she feels than Shizuka was. And yeah, like that was a 12 episode series, and it wrapped up. It wrapped up by the end of the 12 episode series, and it was good. It was fantastic. It was good. It was really good. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Um, that said, I do still have Shizuka on this list instead of Fuka. By all intents and purposes, Fuka is the better written character. Fuka is the better written character. So why isn't she on this list? Pure nostalgia. I grew up with Shizuka. This was one of the animes that I watched when I was first starting to get into anime. This was one of those animes that I watched. This was one of the first animes I watched when I was really starting to get into anime. Back in middle school. Back when I was in middle school. I want to say I was 12. I was 12 at the time. No, I was 13 because I already had a few friends. I already had several friends by that time. So I was 13 years old when I started to really get into anime, and I really started to dive into. Anime, and I really enjoyed Shizuka as a character. I liked the chase. I thought the chase of like seeing her constantly push the main character away, but he doesn't give up, and he keeps going for what he wants, and he does whatever he can to try to win the girl. And I don't know, just something about that. I just thought was just so fascinating. It clicked with me in a way that the other animes I had been watching at the time didn't. And it took a long time for me to figure out exactly why. But eventually, it became known by a lot of my friends, a lot of people who know me, that I am a hopeless romantic. I love love stories. I absolutely love love stories. So seeing a love story where the main character has to fight and struggle in order to get the girl of his dreams, it just resonated with me. It just resonated with me. Shizuka was the first romance series that it was the first true romance series that I watched. In anime. It was the first romance anime I'd watched, and I've seen better romance animes since then, obviously, but this was the first, and so it gets a lot of nostalgia points for me because of that. So, and I'm still a sucker for romance animes. One of my current favorite anime that I am currently watching as of the time of this recording is an Archdemon's Dilemma. An Archdemon's Dilemma. How to treat your elf bride. Is that it? No, I don't think so. How to love your elf bride. How to love your elf bride. How to love your elf bride. Yeah, that one. It's so cute. It's so adorable. I love it, and it's just such an adorable little love story between an archdemon and an elf, and it's so cute. I love it. It's wonderful. But yeah, like we've come so far. I've come so far. Like I've seen so many love story animes, and I love every single one of them. My favorite anime of all time is Clannad, and I love the love story in Clannad. My second favorite anime of all time is Toradora. Like my two favorite animes of all time are rom-coms. So that should tell you that I really like the genre. And this one gets a lot of points for being the first one I watched. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.